Well, hello there. Welcome back to Bitter-Swede Garage. I'm Andrew. I'll be the one torturing your guest today. So, I've got two ruined vehicles. Got a 46 Ford there and a 2000 Jeep. So, I'm gonna try to make one ruined vehicle. Just delete the other one. I have no idea what I'm doing. So I do know that I got some paper and we're gonna color and make some shapes. So today I'm gonna try to find the center line of both these axles and decide where I wanna cut the Jeep frame to attach it to the Ford frame, I think. I'm starting with the straightest frame first, as far as the kick-ups and all that. Don't read into that. So I already got the center line. Not this line. That was before I leveled the frame. So I leveled it, I've got it on jack stands, but this line, boop, right there, whoop, right in the middle there. So I guess I need that. So my, wheels end up in the middle of the wheel well. And that'll kind of dictate everything else I'm gonna do. I got some I might start by taking all these, I gotta take these brackets off and cause I'm not using any of this junk. If anybody needs some 1-ton Ford pickup parts from a 46, you let me know. I'll try not to ruin it beyond the way it is. So yeah, I got none of this stuff, doesn't matter. I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't think I'm gonna take that crossmember out yet because that thing is huge and it's holding the frame together. I also need to put some, notice there are no crossmembers in this, but it's because I think the Jeep body is basically like a unibody bolted to a frame. So I'm gonna put some temporary crossmembers in here, this way and that, so when I cut it doesn't go like this. And yeah, that's the short and sweet of it. I got all the bolts out of the leaf springs, or at least out of the hangers. And yeah, surprisingly good shape. These are pretty cool because they have a grease zerk, and there's a little passageway for the grease to get into the bushing, which is probably why they're in good shape. This one, yeah, it's got a little wear on it, but now I can pull this front axle off of here. I assume this isn't gonna just ease down, it's probably gonna stick and then fall. Oh. Or it'll just ease down. Sort of. Ready, fall. Maybe not fall that far. Okay. Oh. Ha! Silly me. Still need to remove these shocks. Let me do that real quick. Despite its rusty appearance, so far, this hardware has been coming off pretty easy. Probably just jinxed myself. Oh well, there we go. That's a good one. If I can get it out of the slot. Uno más. Yahtzee! Let's try this again. Sweet.
And that is how it's done.
So far, I haven't done anything beyond repair. I mean, if I stop now, I could bolt that front suspension back on, but we all know that I'm not gonna do that. So, still a couple more things to take off. Kind of waiting on my air hammer to show up. You know who you are. Anyway, so yeah, I'll still unbolt some more stuff and kind of start figuring out how I'm gonna lay out my poster board coloring project. Just got all the bolts out of the brake and clutch assembly. They all look pretty good. Ta-da! All right, well, there's some more 1-ton 46 Ford parts for you. Oh yeah, brake lines. Here's something a little crazy. This partial fuel line that was just back there still has fuel in it. Yep, that's definitely old gas. So, glad I didn't use the torch. Okay, I've been working on the center line of this axle and transferring that to the frame. So I got this jacked up and level. That one was easy because I just dropped the plumb bob off of each side to the center of the axle pad. This one, because all the junk in the way. I don't know if this is how you do it. I'm making this up as I go. I thought I saw somebody use a caliper one time. So I got that on there nice and square. And then I marked out where 1.25 inches is right at 1, and then the little 2. See that? Anyway, then I took this and I gently placed it on there, made sure that it was level. Because, you know, if it's rotated up, it's not going to be centered. So, frame's level, my calipers are level, and then I just took a scratch awl. Where's a little scratch awl? Here it is. Took this thing, put it right on the mark, and then I just tapped on it. Sounded like a center punch. And then I used the plumb bob to go from that dot right there to mark this line here. And then, yeah, I use the same thing. I use the angle finder to make sure my line was straight. And then, I made this thing a long time ago and I'm finally using it. But it's basically just a adjustable bar. Tram bar, maybe? Anyway, so I'm just trying different, went from the bumper holes back to my mark on each side, but I found this little hole here. And then to the bottom of the line there, and then flip it over. Second little hole, bottom of the line, boop. So, I'm probably doing it wrong, but that's how I'm doing it. Well, I know I'm not gonna be able to use this body mount anyway. It's way too wide, so I'm gonna zip those off, but I'm gonna try to save on these because, you know, it'd be nice to use a stock, you know, body mount bushing for ease of use, search. Availability, that's the word. Well, that was fast. Well, I cut and I cut, and it's still too short. So I got this angle iron welded in across the top. That's also going to be my sort of 0 point, or my center line over the axle. So now I can measure back, kind of avoiding all this stuff, to make a square measurement off the frame. After much measuring and remeasuring and then second guessing and measuring again, maybe I got it. So on the Jeep side, I'm gonna decided to go straight off that angle, which happens to be 33.5 degrees. So that way, because the 46 frame is a little taller, so it'll tie into this bracket too. So that should be a little stouter. And then I got this marked. This is the second guessing, and then turns out I was right the first time, which doesn't usually happen. So that's the line I'm using. I'm trying to keep one of the, well, that's nice. That's loose. So I'm trying to keep the body mounts in the same location on the stock frame. I have this one measured. So the center of this body mount is 19.5 inches from the center line of the axle. So should be able to reuse that, but it kicks up. So it's kind of the rough mark there for where that body mount needs to go. So it's this white line, it's 10 inches forward. So I measured back, it's 19.5, but then I measured back 29.5 to here because of the height difference, so I could miss this kick up. That way my measurements are level. So 10 inches back to the kick up should be the center line of, oop, that's a fuel line, don't do that. Center line of the body mount. Well, it's dark outside now. I'm quite tired. Guess I'll go home. I picked up a little bit. I marked this one off with the tape, and I kind of wanted to do it tonight, but I think it's best to just sleep on it, and we'll hit it again in the morning. Well, good morning. We're back at it. I even got my long sleeve shirt on because I'm getting ready to do some, I'm ready to do some work. So that's marked out. I'm gonna put some jack stands in this vicinity so it doesn't fall when I'm cutting it. And then we'll get to this one. Talk about articulation. So I guess I should have thought of that. It's more front heavy than it is in the middle, also the back. So when I was cutting it, it just went boop. So it looks, I don't know if you'll even see it in the time lapse, but knocked over my camera. But it didn't like pop up real fast. It was just kind of like, but that'll make it easier to cut it. Also, there's a lot of dirt in there. All right, well, that part's done. Free as a Jeep frame. Just move this out of the way real quick. I don't got no brakes. All right, I got more measuring shenanigans. So I used that to mark off the line initially, but it also gives me the height of the frame on the Jeep. So the Ford frame's taller, so instead of cutting this all the way back and trying to butt weld it, which I can't because this frame's narrower, I was thinking I'd leave this section and kind of slip it inside the frame. And this is where that bracket lands. I don't know. done. That's cut off. Ruining classic trucks in real time. All right, I'm getting it mocked up here. It's proving to be a little bit of a booger because it's so top heavy, but I got it strapped in place and teetering on a 4x4. It's fine. So that's as close as I got it. Guess my cuts are a little off. Just kidding. It's the bottom of the frame here. It's contacting this. So I'm gonna take this much off, right off of this corner. See if we can get it closer. Got this side looking real good. That side's close, but there's just a little bit of a hang up down here. See that? There's like, where are you? Right here. That little nugget. So we'll grind that flush, and then I think it's gonna be enough to pull that together. After much leveling and shimming and measuring, I have it tack welded. So we're making progress. Got them right there and those over there. So yeah, it's coming along.
Big old girl just likes to flaunt it. 1 ton.
All right, before I show this to you, keep in mind, I'm not that great of a welder. I said it. I do a lot of it. I just do a lot of mediocre welds. So here it is, outside for the first time in, well, a couple weeks. But it's on all 4 paws. I got the truck tires on there. I got the other one over here. The rear end is still the Dana 60 8 lug, so eventually I'll swap that out with this one. But for now, I just wanted to roll it out. Mostly so I could clean the shop up. But yeah, I think it looks pretty hardcore, pretty beefy. I'm gonna have to change the spring rate, like different springs for the front end, because the 4-cylinder, it ain't gonna cut it in this truck. Not anymore. And that'll sag down, which maybe that would look cool. Well, here comes the 10 seconds of shame. All right, let me have it. So I didn't want to weld this whole thing in one pass because I just thought maybe that would be too hot. So I just did like 3 inches at a time. And let's see, I'm gonna leave this cross member in and that cross member in until I box the frame. I'm gonna box the inside, so I'll probably bring those boxing plates back a little bit. This Mamma Jamma is a big old heavy duty cross member, and it's not gonna be there much longer, but I'm keeping it there just to keep the frame square. Also, it has matching holes. That's where the master cylinder was for the brakes. It's got the same one over there. So, and the holes for the e-brake. So I guess this could have been this. I guess they made the same frame for right and left drive trucks. So America. Well, that's gonna wrap it up for today. I got plenty of more work to come on this. Box the frame, swap the rear ends out, which that's gonna be a lot of cutting mostly, getting all those brackets off of there. And yeah, hopefully when I mount the front fenders up, the wheels are not poking too far out. So I'm gonna get the shop cleaned up here. Got a big old mess. you enjoy the rest of your evening, or morning, or whatever. Thanks for watching Bitter-Swede Garage. We'll catch you next time.